Hey guys, what's up? So this is my 10 video, my reflect video. What's up everybody? Everybody out there in my class I didn't really get to see in person. This is me, the flesh. So I'm gonna start with what I learned in TEM this month. I'm gonna say that I learned a lot actually. I learned about terms in my industry like burning, polygons, and polishing when it comes to game designing. Burning is when you take everything you did and your texture and everything and your characters and you make them to the point that they're able to put them in any map and anything that you created. Polygons are pretty much everything you see in the game. Honestly, everything you see in that game started as one shape, one polygon, and they put all of them together. It's like crazy insane some of the stuff I've seen and found out there doing research on it. And then polishing, pretty much polishing is just, the final project. You touch everything up, you make it look nice and shiny, ready for publish, ready for sales, ready for people to play. The other thing, I guess, touch bases on this video is what did I learn about my future? Well, I've actually learned a lot about my future. It looks pretty dang clear. It looks pretty good. I mean, when it comes to the gaming industry just every year keeps growing. I mean, the past 10 years, it grew so dramatically. Now it's honestly, last time I checked, it made more sales than the movie industry and the music industry for the past 2-3 years now. So I mean, that's good news for any of you guys out there in this class going for game art or becoming a game designer. I mean, bravo to you, bravo to me. Woo, game design. The other thing I would like to touch bases on, because it's another question, is how am I gonna use what I learned in this class and future classes and my future career. Pretty much, I'm going to basically stick to my mission statement. The assignment I did that was 3.1, I mean, it's pretty simple. You have a mission, you have goals, you don't lose track of what you're doing. You're on that straight line, then an arrow, you have a view, you have a mission, you have a vision. You're going to stick with it. Also, I think I'm going to try to make time for myself to do a plan of attack at the beginning of every month, every class, because I feel like that really helped me. I was able to put everything on a monthly chart and see, okay, this is what I'm doing this week, this is what I'm doing this week, this is what I'm doing that week. So I knew that week, hey, I have this, and that. So, I need to make a little more extra time at the beginning of the week to get my homework done. So that really helped me, and I'm definitely going to continue to do that, especially when it comes to my career. In game designing, everything's all about time and management. I mean, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a mission, you don't have a vision on how you're going to complete that game, you're in trouble. You might as well not even start that game. The other thing, what I would like to tell you guys, future classmates that are going into TEM, I can't stress this enough. Time management. You need to plan out your moves. If possible, do your homework at the beginning of the week as much as you can get done. The reason why I say this is because you might do something and then halfway through it, I've done this already, you'll be like, oh, well, that's crappy. I don't really like that. I don't think that's going to get me a good grade. Well, since you didn't procrastinate, now you got the time to fix it. Also, you want to have enough time to do research. I mean, especially when you get to that one project or the one assignment for industry terms. If you don't really know any of those terms, especially if it's a career that you're not really into, I mean, you're going to have to research a little bit, and sometimes the stuff you find on the internet is not completely, totally true. So you want to go to a different resource just to make sure that their information ties up with the first information you found, so you have the right information, so you don't put down the wrong thing on your assignment and then you get a lower grade because you didn't put the right definition for that term on your paper. Another thing I guess I would have to tell you guys is take your stuff seriously. I mean, everything you do now in school affects your future. You think if your future employer that you go to and you tell him what school you applied for or you went to, that job you applied for, oh, he's probably most likely gonna look into your grades. He's gonna want to know what was your attendance, how was your time management, what your grades looked like, how serious you took school and your classes, because he's going to know that he's hiring someone that's going to take his field, his games, his job he's giving you seriously. If you didn't show up for school every day, or if you didn't take your classes seriously, he's not going to hire you. He's going to feel like, well, school is a lot easier than out here in the real field, and if you didn't take that seriously, how do I expect you to take the job that I'm giving you seriously? So, I mean, that's a biggie. You gotta really take this whole thing seriously and go into it with your mind open. Don't be all stupid like, oh, why do I gotta do plan of attack? Just don't get all bitter and angry. These teachers are doing what they're doing because it all, stepping stones on each other. I mean, I've only been in school for 2 months now, and just in these 2 months, I've seen how the class before this and this class kind of stepstone together. Things I learned in last class made this class a little easier, especially when it came to presentations like, writing things out, and when I had to make things my own by putting pictures and stuff into it. I learned some tips and tricks from the last class, and, I used them in this one. So that's pretty much it. To everybody coming up in the next class, congrats for joining Full Sail. And if you take it seriously, I know you have a future in this field. And all my classmates that are in this field now or in my class, if you're in game designing or game art, I hope to see you in a future class. And hopefully one day I get to see you guys at a convention or something, or a conference. Maybe even work at the same job somewhere sometime. So, alright, take it easy.